Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Blue Archive episode number 8 reaction. So the previous episode we had the conclusion to that whole little thing that was happening against Gehenna, and like the problem solvers. We had a conversation with the problem solvers. Obviously they apologized, and in the end we get to see they had to leave this place for now because like the people who hired them to take care of Abydos. Obviously, they cannot do anything now because they're good friends with Abydos now. So they'll have to leave this place, and the mission failed, all that stuff. So yeah, in the end, they actually left the bag of money to the Shibaseki Ramen owner so that he can bring back up his shop, and everything is looking good. However, we also get to know that apparently the place in where Shibaseki Ramen is, and the place that is apparently not under Abydos's control, and it has been sold off to some other group or whatever. So obviously the everyone else is like, how is that possible? Like any territory beside Abydos is supposed to fall under their control. So that kind of thing is going on over there. Some weird thing is going on. We also get a little bit of Hoshino's past, a little hint of her being someone very important. There was this one guy, weird looking guy. He talked to Hoshino and gave her like a transfer notice, which she refused. Also, he in made it seem they said something like Hoshino is has one of the strongest mystics or something. And all these things makes us wonder that Hoshino's probably a bigger deal. And even Hina said something about her being one of the strongest people before back then. So a lot of mystery surrounding Hoshino. In the end, Hoshino asks them to go with her to the, I think, aquarium or something, and that's how it ended. So let's see what happens today in this episode 8. Let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference. Let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Turtles. Okay, really? Oh boy. Hmm. Hmm. The secret. Hmm. Okay. Sharks. Yeah. Probably. Shopping. Wow. Yeah. Oh my god, it's a big place. No, we can come again. Can we not? Yeah. Yeah. Well, gills. Yeah. True. Yeah. We used to learn all of this back in. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. You're very smart. You know quite a few things. Wow. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess it probably scares off a lot of enemies. Yep. Wow. I love the fact that the cat is actually like, oh, it's beautiful. She's a cat, isn't she, Serena? Oh boy. Yeah. Well, she has money. Oh, okay. Well, oh, asking Sensei? Oh boy. Yeah, you are cute. Wow, way to get out of the conversation. Wow. Jellyfish. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Damn. Mm, okay. Dolphin. Yeah. Hmm. Whale. Oh. Hmm. Swims while it sleeps. Wow, that is a very good analogy. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. That is deep. Yeah. Oh, the whale in the background. Wow. She just completely. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the thing that broke. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Really? Bruh. Well, you're the only adult here, so, I guess. Oh boy. Oh, from. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Who is the other girl? I don't recognize her. This girl? Yeah, I don't recognize the one on the left. The one on the right is obviously Yuka. Yuka, yeah. Oh god. Hmm. 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 Oh, everyone got one. I guess since I bought it for them. Oh, Hoshino's place. Yume. Okay, that was the girl's name. Hmm. Oh, it's the repeat of the first episode? Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say, oh, hmm. Oh, she went inside her. Oh, whoa, what? Well, she went in there. How did she? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. She'll realize Hoshino's not here, so she'll probably put two and two together. Yep. What? When the yeah. Yep. Okay. That was quick. Hmm. Okay. Where's Sensei? Yeah. Well. Meeting. Hmm. Right. I think Shoko will probably ask about it. Yep. Here we go. Oh, right. No. Oh, what the? Wait, what? What was that? I need to check it. Oh my god. What was that? I didn't. Oh, the notice, the transfer, whatever. It's the transfer document, isn't it? Oh, she hit it. Uh, oh god. Hmm. Oh god, this guy. Yeah, transfer con. Oh wait, I just realized something. Maybe what transfer contact means is not. I thought up until now maybe transfer contact means like Hoshino will transfer somewhere else. Maybe it's like the transfer contact of the place. Like like in the previous episode, they said something like um, the the place surrounding Abydos is it has been transferred to some other group. Maybe that's the contract. I don't know. Okay, now I'm not really sure. Like up until now, I thought that transfer contract was something like something like Hoshino will be transferred somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe it's like the. Okay, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Oh wait, this is still something. Hmm. Oh, here we go. What is that? Application for. Oh no, it is. Oh god, it is a transfer contract for her. Okay. Drop. Okay. He doesn't want, like them to get involved in this, I guess. Hmm. Okay, there you go. That was today's episode. Um, right. So today's episode was them going to the aquarium, having fun, and then the final section where we get to see Hoshino's being troubled by something, and Shiroko like bumps into her, and the thing drops, and the contract comes in front of her. Now here's the thing. Like I said, in the very final part of today's episode, I was thinking, wait, maybe transfer contract. What that means is that, like, like I was like, maybe it's not that Hoshino's going to get transferred, but like in the previous episode, they said how the place, like a few of the places in Abydos's, like in under Abydos, that got transferred to some other place, like sold off or something, and they were surprised. I was like, oh, maybe what transfer contract means is something like that, you know. But no, the final scene, the after credit scene, it makes it pretty obvious that it was literally written in there that dropout notice, I think, something like that. So yeah, it literally means like Hoshino's transfer, like contract. So I guess that makes sense. Um, yeah, and also the fact that that guy, the guy, the weird looking guy who was talking to Hoshino, he gave it to Hoshino, which also indicates that transfer contract means that transfer contract, we're transferring from this school to some other school maybe, or something like that. Yeah, so interesting. Um, let's wait and see how this goes. But yeah, that was basically today's episode. There isn't much to discuss about today because it was basically them having fun in the aquarium, and that one scene was very interesting where Shiroko compares Hoshino to the whale. Like everyone compares Hoshino to something else. Like someone was like, "Oh, like like Hoshino reminds me of a jellyfish. Like very free, very And then there's someone else who was like, "Oh no, she reminds me of a penguin." And then Shiroko compares her to the whale, and her logic behind it was very interesting, as she says that um, like very like big, so big that the whole picture cannot be seen from a mere glance, and seems like and always holding their breath, as if like always trying to hold their breath underwater, that kind of thing. And yeah, that was actually like a very good like analogy, like a very good way of comparing these two. And yeah, and that was that. And then like they had fun, they took some pictures, this and that. And then Hoshinov was seen by Shiroko, and she confronts her about it and all that stuff. In the end, she she finds out that page, and yeah, then Sensei Anonomi comes in, all that stuff. So that's basically what happened. Like I said, there isn't much to discuss about today, but this is obviously like a whole build up to whatever is going to be happening in probably the final few episodes. So let's wait and see, and yeah, let's let's see how this goes. Okay, now here's the thing. This is obviously like Abydos related. Like we're getting to see the Abydos like students, this and that. Now, as far as I know, and as far as I've heard from everyone, like the story, like the first part is like Abydos, and then little by little, as we move forward, it like shifts its focus from one school to another. Maybe later on we'll get to see more of the Gehenna students, then probably the Trinity, this and that. Like it kind of goes like that. Obviously, I haven't played the game, so I cannot really say. But I do, after this anime ends, I do plan on like reading the main story of the game. So I'll probably get to know then. But if that's the case, then I'm guessing the next season, if we get one, will probably be focusing on some other school. That'll be interesting because like we're seeing everything from for the Abydos students. If we after we resolve this whole situation, then maybe we'll move on to another school and get to know some other school, because there's quite a few schools here. Like I don't know each and every school's name. A few of the ones that I know are obviously, first is Abydos, then we have Gehenna, Trinity, I think Hyakyoko. What else? I think these are like the main ones, and then there's a few others. I think there's Red Winter. I think, as far as I can remember from the game, Red Winter, isn't it? There's another like school or whatever. Then we have, I've forgotten. There's a few others as well. I don't really remember. Um, Not a few, but there's quite a few others. Like even after this, I just don't remember. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, and then wait, there's another. Okay, you know what? I don't know. I'm not going to be. Yeah, I don't know the name, but there are a few others. I can think of it, but I cannot really put my finger on it. I've seen them in the game, know the symbols in the game, but I don't really know their names. The only other one that I knew was Red Winter, and there's a few others as far as I can remember. Uh, but I'm guessing, like, the game is actually, I think, like, in global, for now, the game is like at volume 5, or is it 6, 5 or something like that. And I think it's like quite a big amount. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think from the amount up until now that the game has covered, we can at least get 5 to 6 seasons. Can't I think so? At least get more than that, probably 5 to 6 seasons of 12 to 13 episodes each. I think we can already get that, because this game has been, I think, like, this is like the fourth or the third anniversary or something. So it's been ongoing for 3 to 4 years. It's huge. The story is actually very big, and from what I'm getting, the pace that they're going with, it's very, like, normal medium paced. So, like, this, like, up until now, what we have covered hasn't even completely covered volume 1, as far as I know. I think this is currently chapter 2 of volume 1, because up until, like I think, like, 6th or the 7th episode, it was chapter 1 of volume 1, and now it's chapter 2, which I haven't read. I only had read up until volume 1. Sorry, chapter 1 of volume 1. So this is, I think, chapter 2. So I don't know how many chapters volume 1 has, but even if volume 1 contains 2 chapters, that would mean one season, it would take like one whole season to complete one whole volume. So that means if there's 5 or 6 volumes, that means it'll take at least 6 seasons for now to complete, up until the global version of the game has gone, which is crazy. Like, we literally, like, for now, the source material that we have is for at least 3 to 4 more seasons we can get out of this. So hopefully, if this does good and they have further plans, I think season 2 announcement should be fairly quickly. So yeah, let's wait and see. Okay, now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to see, obviously, everyone's going to the aquarium, so they, like, they're ready in the morning. They go to the train station, it's like waiting. Sensei comes in, and they are off to the aquarium. Now they are in the aquarium, and it's a big aquarium. Obviously, everyone's like looking at the map, and they're like, this is going to take a long amount of time. And they're like, oh, let's hurry quickly. And they're like, okay, we don't need to hurry, because we can come back later as well. Something like that. And I like, this is what I said in the previous episode. I said that since it seems like she has that transfer notice with her, I think, like, this is probably Hoshino's way of making some memories. Maybe if she plans on actually using the transfer contract. So something like that, I guess. Either way, all of them are, like, moving on inside the aquarium, having a great time. And yeah, that, like, nothing much really happens here. They just talk about a few fishes. Hoshino talks about how fishes, take in oxygen and like how they breathe. They take in the water obviously has oxygen. Inside their gills there are certain organs which extract the oxygen, and put like as usual puts it in their bloodstreams, and the carbon dioxide and the other stuff is extracted out from the gills. That's how it works, this and that she kind of talks about. She also talks about how like whales and like the mammals, they obviously they don't have gills, so they like hold their breath underwater, this and that, all these things she's talking about, and everyone's like, wow, you actually know a lot, don't you? Which is kind of shocking, and she's like, what the hell, like, and obviously I know about this. Yeah, and then they go to, like, look at a few other like creatures. For example, they see like jellyfishes, and Serika says like, oh, these are like glowing, doesn't it make them easier to get like preyed upon? At which she's like, no, it kind of actually works like in an opposite way. It scares off a lot of the enemies. How I guess the more colorful, the more bright a creature seems like, the more they get scared, like other predators get scared off. That is why like flowers and plants and animals who are very like poisonous, they have like very bright colors which scares off the predator, something like that, as far as I know. Like more bright it is, the more it more it indicates that it's poisonous. That's why predators don't try to prey on them. That's why a lot of other creatures, they have this like survival technique of being extremely colorful, which drives away enemies. So it's kind of similar to that logic, I'm guessing here, because jellyfish, they're like like they have like light, they're like illuminated, that is why they glow in the sea. That's why they scare off actual predators. I think this phenomenon is called what is it called? The glowing phenomenon, bioluminescence, isn't it? As far as I can remember, something like that. I don't know, like something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while I've read all of these stuff in my science classes. I've forgotten most of the stuff. Right. So okay, then after that they kind of talk about whether the fishes seem tasty or they seem beautiful, like look cute. Hoshin was like, they look tasty. Serika's like, they look cute. Now, like I said, the whole funny part about this whole conversation is that the cat is actually saying they look cute, while Hoshino is saying they look delicious. The cat is the only one who says that the fishes look more cute than delicious. That's actually funny. Serika's a cat, isn't it? Like, I'm pretty sure that's cat ears, or am I making a mistake? Shiroko's a wolf. Serika's a cat, isn't she? I think so. So that's the funny part, because she's the only cat and she's the only one who said that, oh no, they don't look delicious, they look cute. Because if you see, every single other person says either that they look delicious or they're both delicious and cute. Oh boy. And Sensei comes in, and then they're like, alright, like, Sensei can, like, say like what it is. So they ask Sensei, and Sensei's like, what the hell, why are you putting me in this spot? And then he's like, he completely changes the subject, and he's like, oh no, you guys are cute. And at which they're like, what the hell, that wasn't the question. You completely disregarded the question. Anyways, and all that stuff. Then they look at some dolphin, like, like acrobatics and stuff, all that stuff they saw. Then the whole conversation about who Serika reminds them of, who says that she reminds them of a... Okay, Ayane says that she reminds... Oh no, Serika... wait a minute. Serika says that she reminds her of that old man fish, or whatever that is called, old man fish, yeah. She reminds her of that. While Ayane says like, oh no, she is more of a jellyfish, because she is more free and everything, so carefree, yeah. And then they're like, Nonomi, what about you? And Nonomi's like, she reminds us of penguin, Shimi of penguin. Now it's kind of interesting to hear each and every one has a different, like compares her to a different animal, and so which kind of shows how each of them look at Hoshino. For example, Serika says that she reminds her of that old man fish, obviously because she's always like yawning, sleeping, and like that kind of thing. So that's the impression that she gives her of. While Ayane says that, oh no, she reminds her of a jellyfish. So Ayane, like the thing, that qualities of Hoshino that got highlighted to Ayane was her living carefree. That part. That is why she like compared her to that. Nonomi compares her to a penguin because the cute part of her got highlighted to her. Because we've always seen like Hoshino like snuggling up to Nonomi or putting her head on her lap, this and that. So that's what she reminds her of. While the most interesting part is what happens later on, where Hoshino talks to Shiroko, and they talk about the same thing. And Hoshino's like, "Oh, we were discussing about what animals we resemble." So Hoshino says that you remind me of a dolphin because you're cute and agile, And then she's like, "What about me?" At which Shiroko says that you resemble a whale. And this is what I'm saying because this is how Shiroko sees Hoshino. Like each and every comparison makes us understand how each person looks at her. What type of impression Hoshino puts on them. So Shiroko says that you look like I can compare you to a whale. And she's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Like I'm so petite. Like whale is such a big animal." At which Shiroko says, "Not at all. I think you resemble it, like the way whale swims when it sleeps, yeah. And even up close, you can't get its entirety," which is literally what Hoshino is. We still do not know much about her in that sense, So even though Shiroko and all the other girls are so close to her, they cannot get her whole entirety. We still barely know anything about her. As well as is always holding its breath, which is also a thing that Shiroko kind of realized from her, mannerisms, that she's holding something in. She cannot breathe freely. All the way she kind of acts and talks, it's all a mask that she's wearing, a charade that she's putting on for something else that she's withholding within her. So like I said, that's why this whole conversation was very interesting. The way Shiroko talks to her about it, and then she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And Shiroko's like, "No, I want to help you, and tell us what if there's anything." Again, Hoshino by the end of it completely just shoves it aside, and she's like, "Oh, you're so nice, such a nice kid," and starts hugging her, and yeah. Anyways, so the whole conversation gets interrupted. Like Nonomi and everyone else comes in, and they're like, "All right, let's do some shopping." They do some shopping after that, buy some different stuff, and then Shiroko looks at that thing, that instrument thing, whatever, I don't know what it's called, the home decoration thing, and she's like, "Oh, that is quite interesting," and she's like, "But it's quite expensive." At which Hoshino's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We have the adult with us. Sensei, can you please help us out?" And Sensei's like, "Come on, man, like I don't get paid enough for this." And obviously I didn't realize it at that point. I thought like they were telling him to buy it only for Hoshino, not Hoshino, sorry, Shiroko. Later I realized he had to buy one for each of them. That is insane. That is actually quite a big amount of expense. Like one I can understand. So she had to buy everyone one of them. Oh god, that is yeah. Okay. Anyways, later on they come outside the aquarium, and they're like, "Oh, let's snap a picture." And Sensei's like, "I can snap it," but they're like, "No, no, Sensei, you come as well." And then like Yuka comes in, and this other girl, I don't know her name, but they come in, and wait a minute, okay, wait, I forgot completely. Which school is you wait, that's, oh god, I cannot remember. Wait a minute, let me check. Millennium Science School. Yeah, that's another school that I was forgetting. You know. So yeah, Millennium Science School. Okay, yeah, I remember now. So she is Millennium Science School. Right. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of schools. Like I've forgotten quite a few of them, and a few of them I remember, which I kind of mentioned before. But yeah, so Millennium, and there's this girl with her who is also of the same school. I'm guessing. I don't know. I cannot see the symbol on her uniform. You can see Yuka's symbol over here on an ID card. I cannot see the other girl's symbol. Where is it? I cannot see it anywhere. Okay, whatever. I'm sure. I think she must be of the same school. Otherwise, why is she with Yuka? But yeah. So yeah, she was the girl I was talking about in one of the previous episode. I think someone mentioned it in the comments that her name is Yuka, and I was like, yeah, that's her name because she is the other tank I remember who's very good in the game. She's a free character who's given to you for free, and you can farm for her fragments as far as I can remember. And she, along with another free given character, Tsubaki, I think, are like the best tanks in the game. You know, which are like lower rarity characters, but they're literally the best ones. And that's why I remember her very much because I'm trying to build her as well, along with Tsubaki. So yeah. Anyways, she's like, "Oh, like what are you doing here, Sensei?" And then Sensei's like, "Oh, like fancy seeing you here." And then they're like, "All right, let us take your photo," and they take their photo for them. There you go. After that, you can see they're coming back home, not home, but towards their school, and everyone's like sleeping in the train. And Sensei's like, "Hopefully, this peacefulness continues." And then we see everyone is like in their room, and there's each, and this is where I realized since I had to buy one for each of them because everyone has that thing in it, which I guess it makes sense. Obviously he cannot like buy only one for Shiroko, everyone else is also there, like they'll be like, what the hell, where is ours? So he had to buy one for each and every one of them. That is crazy. Oh god. But anyways, they're there, and the only one who's like very sad in her room is Hoshino. And Hoshino looks at a picture. You cannot really see the face here. I'm guessing we'll get to see it later. But her name is Yume. Whoever this person was, that was that Hoshino was very close to. We've heard about her before from Nonomi's mouth, if you remember in one of the previous episodes. But yeah. Anyways, next day they wake up and Shiroko's going, and Shiroko sees in an alleyway. Hoshino kind of goes in, and Shiroko goes and tries to see what's going on. Doesn't see her there, and then in a car he sees Hoshino. So obviously she still wasn't confirmed. So she goes to school, and everyone's in the school talking about the whole thing. And Shiroko's like looking around, and they're like, "Oh, you're looking for Hoshino? Like she's not here. She's probably sleeping somewhere." And here Shiroko probably realized like, yes, that was definitely Hoshino. And then Hoshino comes in immediately after that. They were talking about like pictures and stuff. Either way, they start their meetings. Hoshino doesn't really say anything. Neither does like Shiroko press the issue. But after the whole meeting is done and everyone goes on their way, Shiroko's like, "Hoshino senpai, I need to talk to you." So they start talking about it, and Shiroko's like, "Oh, I saw you in the morning." At which Hoshino's like, "Oh, you saw someone else probably." Like, "Yeah, I was sleeping, I told you." And they kind of like she kind of tries to hide it and tries to move on her way. And while all this is happening, Nonomi goes to Sensei to talk about the photos, and then we see Shiroko grabbing Hoshino's hand, and she's like, "Come on, tell me, like, what's going on?" And oh no, that happens later. Wait. Yeah, she tries to leave. At which Shiroko grabs her hand and drags her back. Her bag drops. You can see, okay, here we go. You can see what it is now. While all of this was happening, I wasn't sure what happened, but now I can see properly. Here we go. Her bag contains obviously some lollipops, the little plush, the thing, the keychain, whatever thing. And then there's that notice. And yeah, that notice is what attracted Shioko's attention. So later when, like, Shioko's like, what the hell is this? Like, tell me. And she's like, oh, it's just documents, nothing you need to worry about, this and that. And hearing the commotion, Sensei and Nonomi comes in and they're like, what's going on? And Shioko hides the thing. Obviously, she doesn't want to talk about this to them unless and until she can confirm this with Hoshino. So she hides it automatically. And they're like, what's going on? And Shioko's like, something is happening. Like, like Hoshino's, like hiding something for us. So can you please, you guys leave, I need to talk to her alone. At which Nonomi is like, no, if you have to talk about something, we talk about it in front of us. We all are one. So there's no hiding and secret stuff going on. Should go on. Either way, Hoshino was like, it's fine, don't worry about it, and she's like, you don't have to worry about it, Shioka. It's not what it seems like. You're overthinking it, and she leaves. And later on you see that she, while leaving, she's like, you're a nice kid, Shiroko, but still I have to, and she like moves forward, obviously keeping the whole thing ambiguous. And then we have Shiroko talking to Nonomi and Sensei, and Nonomi's like, don't worry about it, like I'm sure like if something's going on, like, yeah, like she might have a few things to hide. Everyone has a few secrets, so I don't think you should worry about it. Right, either way, Shiroko's not accepting that. Shiroko's like, yeah, and then we get a little glimpse of that guy as well, the guy with the smoky head. I don't know what that is. And he's like, oh, everything has barely started or something like that, he says, like a villain. Okay, so yeah, it was a transfer contract. And then in the after credits, and you can see Shiroko on the roof. Shiroko talks to Sensei, and Shiroko's like, Sensei, look at this, and gives him the thing, and he looks at it. Yeah, application for dropout. So there you go. So that was like a application for dropout, and that was a transfer contract. So Sensei is like, what the hell? Shiroko says like, Hoshino Senpai is hiding something from us, but like, I don't know what to do. At which Sensei is like, yeah, it's not because she doesn't trust you, because she trusts you, that she doesn't want to get you guys involved. And he says like, I also want to help Hoshino, so yeah, leave this to me. I'll see into it and see what I can do about it. Yeah, and that's where it ended. So there you go. That was today's episode. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, the thing with Hoshino that is going on, yeah, it's obviously something that's happening in the background. We don't know. Right, and yeah, let's see. I don't think anyone is threatening her or anything from the looks of it. It's probably she herself is like in a dilemma about something. From the looks of it, she's in a dilemma about something, and she cannot make up her mind about something, which is why she's hesitating about whatever decisions she's trying to make. So yeah, I think once we are able to clear up that hesitation, everything will be okay, which we'll probably see in these few episodes after this. Let's wait and see. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 8, yeah, of Blue Archive. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Blue Archive. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.